Stop losing your trading capital by Tuesday morning. If you have been marking your 4H key level only to watch the market sweep your stop loss and then run in your direction, you are trading retail traps. In this weekly outlook, I am going to show you exactly how to identify the real weekly buyers on XAUUSD and GBPUSD using fresh and unmitigated key level, so you can stop guessing. So I am going to break down from the weekly time frame to the lower time frame, because a lot of people get stopped out because they pay attention to the lower time frame, which I always insist in my videos. Pay attention to the higher time frame. And so before we go to the chart, in front of me is a Forex factory, which is fundamental. You need to know if you have to stay out during the London session or the New York session, because you need to know when we have key fundamentals, key important news that might move price. We are not in control of the market. We don't know what fundamental can do to your key levels. So that's why it's always advisable to trade after the news. So I am going to go straight to my chart and I will break down everything. Okay, now we are going to start with I think we should start with gold. Let's start with AUDUSD. Let's see what we have. Let me delete everything. Okay, so this is in front of me. This is AUDUSD, and looking at AUDUSD, I am seeing a shadow rejection, which is a CRT currently trying to happen right now on the weekly time frame. And for me to confirm if this is going to happen, I need to first of all know where price is going to, where I am going to target for the week, if I am going to be buying for the whole week or I'm going to be selling for the whole week. So now on AUDUSD, I can see we are currently having this price taking out this low, because we are expecting price, maybe if price take out this low, we are not we haven't confirmed this yet, but if we go to the lower time frame, we are going to get more information when we move to the lower time frame. But here I'm on the weekly time frame and I want to see what the weekly time frame is going to do, because looking at this, price is currently not rejecting from anywhere. Looking at this price for the sell, there's no rejection for sell and there's no rejection for buys. So we are going to use the CRT method to get a bias. Now price took out this low. After price took out this low, we are going to go to the daily time frame or the 4 hours time frame to know if we are going to be buying for the week or we are going to be selling for the week. But if we don't have a bias for the week, we are going to pay attention just to the daily time frame, just to the daily bias, if we don't have a weekly bias. So now looking at this, I can see, looking on the weekly time frame, I can consider this as a break of structure for sales. Right now I'm just using structure, right? Price closed below this key level, which means we can be looking for long-term sales on the weekly time frame, which means if we go to the daily time frame and we have a confirmation for a buy, just know if we are buying just for a pullback, but the major move is for sales. Now price might come to this key level right here and give us a confirmation for a sell, or come here, give us a confirmation for a sell. These two key levels, because you don't trade blindly, you wait for confirmation then before you can start selling. Now we have a break, price closed below. On the line chart you can see price closed below, and let's see if on the daily time frame we are going to start a pullback, or let's go to the daily time frame to see if we have a break. There is no break on the daily time frame for buys, right? So that we can use that for a pullback. So there is nothing for buys, but everything is telling us here that on the daily time frame too, we had a break of structure telling us that okay, the daily is also bearish. On the daily we have a bearish bias too, which means it aligned with the weekly time frame. But we just want to see if we can get a pullback before we can start selling, because we need a pullback. And now on the daily time frame, we are currently rejecting from this key level right here, this QM, and we have just taken out this previous low. We have taken out liquidity. Since we have taken out liquidity, we are going to confirm on the daily time frame, on the 4 hours time frame or the 1 hours time frame, to see if we have a daily bias. Now if we have a daily bias, just know it's a pullback. The major direction is the weekly time frame. Now the higher time frame will always be stronger than the lower time frame. So the daily time frame, if we have a break of structure on the 4 hours or the 1 hour, then we are automatically bullish for a pullback. It does not mean we are bullish for a long term. We are bullish short term. Now let's go to the 4 hours time frame. On the 4 hours time frame, now this is not a financial advice. Do your own research before you take actions. Now we rejected a daily key level, a fresh key level, because this was a fresh key level. You see, this QM was not mitigated. Price is currently rejecting from the key level. This is a fresh key level. This is what we call a fresh key level. Now looking at this, we are seeing some rejection from that key level. That is why we are expecting price to either do a pullback. On the 4 hours time frame, we have broken structure on the 4 hours time frame. If I can go to the line chart, you can see we close above that key level, telling us we are bullish. Right, we are bullish. Now you don't just trade blindly, you already have a direction. Now if you trade lower time frame, now you can now see, okay, I'll wait for pullback, get the confirmation and start buying based on structure. Now I am bullish short term on AUDUSD. Short term, I repeat, I am bullish short term. Price might come to this weekly key level. If price comes to this weekly key level right here, and also any key level I can find around here that makes sense, like this QM right here, maybe price can pull back to this key level. If I measure from here, anything around 50%, right, I should start looking for confirmations to sell. If I can get a confirmation, a daily reject daily and a 1 hour or 4 hours break structure, I will sell long term. I might hold my trade, I might hold all my trades till price take out this low. So this is what I have for AUDUSD. This is what I have for AUDUSD. Now let's check gold. Let's check gold. Let's see what gold has for us. Now if we can go to the weekly time frame, you can see we rejected from this key level right here. You can see weekly reject weekly right here, and also weekly automatically close, meaning we had a break of structure on the weekly. Even after price was rejecting, we had a break of structure on the weekly. If you switch on the line chart, we use body to body break. You see, we had a break of structure right here. And if I can go to the daily time frame to confirm a break, if truly the weekly time frame is bearish. Now daily weekly reject weekly. If I go to the daily time frame, you can see on the daily time frame we had a break of structure right here. You can see we broke structure right here on the daily time frame. If I can switch to the line chart, you're going to see better. If I switch to the line chart, you see we had a break of structure right here on the daily time frame, which means weekly reject weekly, daily break structure. Now what are we going to do? We are going to wait for a pullback so that we can start selling, because also gold is also bearish. But now for the daily or the short-term bias, the daily, because daily will always give you a short-term direction and you can trade, you already know what is happening. You know, okay, if you are buying, you are just buying just for pullback. That is when you see people trading pullback and they trade continuation, because they know where the direction is. So you can now, if you have a confirmation for a buy, like here we have price rejecting from this key level right here, because it's a fresh key level. Price is currently rejecting from this key level. Also we took out this low, which we can see is a CRT. And if we have a break of structure on the 4 hours time frame or on the 1 hour time frame, we are going to start looking for buys. So on the 4 hours time frame, there is no break. Let's see if we have a break on the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, yes, we have a break. We have a break right here. We have a break right here. So you can wait for price to either pull back into a discount level. You can either wait for price to pull back into a discount level, and then you wait for a confirmation on the lower time frame, and then you can start buying. So this is what I have for gold, but you have to be very, very careful because this is a pullback and anything can happen, because fundamentals can just push price to the downside. But technically we are expecting a pullback to fill all these fair value gaps, and also you can see here that price just engineered a trendline liquidity right here, which will serve as liquidity, trendline liquidity. Price will just come, grab all this liquidity, push to the upside, fill all this fair value gap, tap into a stronger key level, and then we can get a confirmation for it, daily, reject daily, and then a break of structure. We now continue to sell to the downside until maybe price can push until this level right here. So this is what I have for gold. I repeat, this is not a financial advice. Do your own research before you take actions. Now let's look at GBPUSD, which I am expecting to. This is one of my favorite pairs. You can see. Let's go to the weekly time frame. Everything I do, you see, for every week, before I start a week, I always go to the weekly time frame to understand what the weekly time frame is doing before I take actions. Now you can see here the weekly is currently rejecting from a weekly key level, and after rejecting from a weekly key level, I need to know if I am going to be selling more for this week or I am going to be buying. Now looking at this, we have price rejecting from this key level, and on the daily time frame we had a break of structure, which is one of the best. You can see we swept liquidity right here, and then we broke structure, making this high a protected high. We took out the previous high, and then we break structure to the downside, making it a protected high and a weak low. Meaning if we have a pullback, if anything is happening, we are waiting for it, we are expecting it to be a pullback, and then tap into a key level right there, give us a confirmation before you can start selling. So if you have a confirmation for a buy, you can start buying until you have a confirmation for a sell before you can sell long term and hold your positions. So if you are buying, don't hold your positions for long, because this is just a pullback. Now what do we have here? We are expecting price to just do a reaction here. Why? Because this is a fair value gap. This is a fair value gap, and this is a key level which price is currently rejecting from. And also we have what we call a CRT. This is a CRT which I use also for my buyers. I use rejection and CRT. So before I continue, please like, subscribe, so that you get more, you'll be notified whenever I post videos like this. So this is a CRT. Price took out this low, tap into this fresh key level. Because it's a fresh key level, it haven't been mitigated, haven't been touched. You can see. Now the reason why we did not choose this key level, or there was no reaction from this key level, is because this key level was not fresh. This OCL key level was tapped already. This was used already. This is what I mean by on fresh key level. This key level is not fresh. We'll call this an unfresh key level, while this key level haven't been tapped. This is a fresh key level. That's why we are expecting a reaction from that key level. Now daily reject daily, since we know the overall direction is bearish on the weekly time frame, because weekly reject weekly and then the daily just broke structure. Now we are having a daily reject daily. Now for a short term, we are going to 4 hours time frame. What do we have? We have a break of structure on the 4 hours time frame, now telling us, okay, let's be bullish. We can start looking for bullish buys. You can start looking for buys. So now you can now look for your key levels. Now you can map a trade from the discount areas. You mark your key levels, and then you wait for price to come and tap you in, then you can start buying. You can see this OCL that has been disrespected. If I go to the lower time frame, if I can see a breaker block, I can refine to it, which makes sense. Then just pay attention, wait for price to come here. This is Monday, you have to be very, very careful. Wait for price to come here, give you a confirmation. Be patient, wait for 5 minutes or 15 minutes confirmation before you get in. Don't just set limit. Don't just set limit. Wait for price to pull back, give you a confirmation entry, and then you buy. Because okay, you can set limit and then price comes and use this key level right down here. Then after price moves to your direction, you get angry and you say you don't know because you don't know what you're doing. Now, this is what I'm expecting for GBPUSD. This is what I'm expecting for GBPUSD. You see why we had a break by 60 line chart. This is a break of structure telling me I should be bullish, but this is a short-term direction. This is a short-term bias. I'll expect price to either push to the 50% of this key level, maybe clear out this liquidity, tap into this breakout block right here. Then if I see a 1 hour break of structure or a 4 hours break of structure, I can now sell onto this zone right down here. Being patient to wait for price to give you what you want to see will make you money in this industry. Because if you can know we are selling, we are going to be selling at the long term, we are going to be selling. You wait for price comes here, give you a confirmation, then you start selling. You have multiple entries. You have multiple entries before your target. You can have multiple entries rather than just entering randomly, trading randomly before Tuesday. You have already blown your account. Okay, so please, this is what I'm expecting, and please, this is not a financial advice. Do your own research before you take action. I am analyzing this using my own strategy, the way I understand the market. So if you love this video, like, share, subscribe for more tips like this. I'll be posting content like this and with more information. Everything I'm passing out, this is what I have tested and it works. So please